Welcome to Inside the Win. We'll break down real world wins, showing you exactly how strategic partnership with our experts empowers you to tackle your most ambitious opportunities with confidence. Let's jump in.
What's up, everyone? I am Sam Nelson, VP of CX and AI, and we are back with another CX edition of Inside the Win. Today's conversation is going to be a little different and super relevant to where a lot of your customers are actually at right now. So, we spend a lot of time actually talking about AI at scale, but the reality is that a huge portion of SMB customers are still kind of stuck at the starting line. And it's not because they don't see the value, it's because AI can seem like it's really complex, might be expensive. They might not know where to begin. And so, what's changing right now is this kind of ability to bring AI into these environments in a really, really simple way. Think of like faster deployment, lower lift, and then just focusing on like a real business problem and then going from there. So, that's a really, really easy conversation to have. And we're going to make this real for you today. So I am so excited to introduce you all to Heather Petherick from Atlas. Atlas is a platform that is built to make AI actually accessible. Yes, in the SMB segment with a super low barrier to entry and a quick time to value. So, Heather, first and foremost, great to have you on and welcome.
Oh, thank you so much, Sam. I am delighted to be here.
So before we dive in, let's go ahead and frame this up for our tech advisors. What is it that Atlas actually does?
Oh, yes. Here comes the spiel. So, Atlas is actually the leading agentic voice AI technology that is purpose built for small business enterprise. I should say small business to mid enterprise. And our technology is being adopted at a rapid rate because, unlike other AI tools that may or may not help, what we actually do is plug a revenue leak in businesses that already feel it, specifically to missed calls from leads or slow follow up to interested parties. So, our voice AI technology can answer those calls instantly without adding more overhead in terms of team or technology. And we're seeing a lot of verticals snap this up because, as you hinted, what's unique about Atlas is that we have removed both the investment friction and the timeline to deploy that most advisors would see or be used to with larger enterprise solutions.
I love it. This is a great opportunity. So, of course, this series is called Inside the Win, and we want to dive right in. So, let's go ahead and kind of anchor this whole conversation into a real example because our tech advisors really benefit from just seeing how exactly it plays out in the field. And I know that we have already had some fantastic quick wins with you guys
Yeah,
in the AI space
great.
specifically. So, kind of walk us through a recent win. Let's start with the client profile, the
Yep.
industry, maybe the size of the customer as you frame SMB, and then
Mhm.
what specific challenges they were dealing with.
You got it. Okay, so top of mind is a deal that we actually just closed inside of the last month. We closed a deal with a smaller law firm, actually on the East Coast. Now, that law firm has fewer than 20 people, so we're truly talking about small businesses. But what made this one interesting, Sam, is that the law firm had two completely distinct sides to their business. On one side, they have a corporate practice serving Fortune 500 companies, right? And on the other side, they have a personal injury practice, right? Auto accidents, truck accidents, where frankly, the phone ringing is a race to get to it. Whatever law firm can answer first often lands that opportunity. So,
Mhm.
two audiences, two completely different tone of voices when we talk about answering that phone, and also workflows required behind that voice. And one attorney who did not want to hire a receptionist to manage any of it.
Wow, so interesting. Okay, we see this all the time.
Yeah,
Lean and mean teams trying to get the business done.
that's
So,
right.
you mentioned you closed it just last month. I'd like to break this down to actually how everything came together. What did the timeline look like from discovery to evaluation to actual like execution implementation?
Yeah, 2 weeks actually.
That's
So
it?
that's it, baby. And I mean, I think everyone will understand when a deal is so well positioned and a perfect fit, it moves fast. It closes quickly. And that's certainly what this was. So talking about timeline, The channel partner that we worked with had already had a trusted relationship with this client. She had been working with a law firm on a broader technology transformation. Just thinking back to the
Hmm.
details. The law firm owner had been evaluating different phone system options, looking for or looking at a couple of big UCaaS players, and the deal was stalling. And the sticking point was that he had heard the voice that came along with those systems,
Hmm.
and he was not impressed. They were brittle, they were robotic. It was not the brand that he wanted to put forward on either side of his business. Now, our channel partner knew that was our lane, right? So she pre-demoed one of our voice samples to the business owner, even before I had had a contact with him. So by the time I met him and his team, he had already approved our voice, or one of them. And that's the power of a technology advisor who knows their client and knows the solution. They can compress that sales cycle. It was a beautiful demonstration of that. So within 2 weeks of initial introduction, we had his, initial proof of concept trial closed, and they already have their agent live and rolling.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Okay, so clearly you guys solved for the challenges they were experiencing because it is for sure, I get it, a race to who can address that customer calling in and help them with their case and just get the process rolling. Nobody likes to wait on that stuff.
exactly.
So, what kind of an impact? Let's talk impact real quick,
Hmm.
because you said that this particular law firm was getting a lot of calls in. The trade just didn't want to
Yeah.
deal with it. If you had to explain the kind of impact that Atlas had for the customer once it was live, I mean, what does the customer's life look like now with Atlas implemented? What does the day to
Yeah.
day look like instead of the attorney trying to handle calls or hand it off to someone else or what have you?
Yeah, great question. So I'm going to go deeper into, I think, the pain because I think it has a lot of proof points or the
Yeah.
DNA of what makes a great deal. So the pain points for this particular owner, he had no receptionist and no, as I said, no intention of hiring one to answer these phones. He knew he wanted to be a practice of the future, being that he wanted AI automating as much as possible, period, from day one. Second of all, the pain point on the injury side was that he knew clearly that every missed call was clearly missed revenue. Right? Someone can call, leave a message. If his attorneys don't answer or call back, they often don't engage or get connected with that lead. Someone who just had a truck accident isn't going to be waiting around for an attorney to call him back. And the third one, and this is the pain point, if you can love a pain point, I love this one. It's
Yeah.
that he had those two lines with completely different tones, brand voices, and brand promises, and even workflows, that he needed a voice technology that was flexible, that could be configured specifically to two very different business lines. And that's exactly what we can do. We can tailor the voice right down to ums and ahs, casual or formal conversation, even language capabilities and pacing, and deep workflow integrations, meaning exactly what he needed to be captured in the conversation and mapped to their CRM so that it could be easily executed or acted upon is exactly what we do. So the story doesn't end there. So yes, we've closed this deal. We're
Okay.
onboarding this client. He's loving it. But here's the other story that I want to have in this or somewhere.
Okay. Okay.
So this advisor loved the experience so much and was lit up about what our technology can do, not only for their client, but they're now seeing the potential for all of they have a very strong practice in the law and attorney field.
Okay.
So because I think they themselves are a former attorney now turned technology advisor. So the backstory here is that this advisor was so lit up about their experience in closing this deal with us that they now have also invested to get their own Atlas Voice AI agent. And it actually came about because this advisor was asked to speak on stage at a large industry event. And that industry event this year, no surprise, is highlighting AI and how it can revolutionize the law industry. So, given the timing of all of this, this technology advisor phoned me and said, "Hey, I'm being asked to speak on a panel at a conference of 3,000 law firms across US. I
Mhm.
would like to highlight Atlas." And so we have gone ahead and developed a co-branded presentation that she's actually stepping on stage in probably the next couple of minutes to talk about Atlas Voice AI and how it can speed up connecting with personal injury law firm clients or automating any of that intake for law firms. And she'll be using her new Emma Atlas Voice AI agent to book all of the interested parties on the heels of her presentation. They'll be phoning a number to actually talk to this advisor's Atlas Voice AI agent to qualify them and book them into her calendar.
No way. So, okay, so Heather, what you're telling me is that not only are you closing these deals really quickly, but you're also helping tech advisors generate even more opportunity with their current client base as well as potential prospect with
Yeah.
co-branding materials, with
Yep.
actual like live demo. Like that's phenomenal. So fair to say that tech advisors can leverage you and your team as a resource.
Yes, they can.
Fantastic. That's
Yeah.
amazing news.
It is amazing news. Like, I want to sing from the rooftops what we've done. And yeah, I can't wait for her to report back. So, and I would, I'm going to pump our own tires. Normally, we promise a 2 week onboarding and deployment of a client's first agent, assuming there's no prickly, API or custom integration work. We had this technology advisor up inside of 7 days and ready.
No way. Amazing, amazing. I love it. Well, this is incredible. I mean, this is literally the kind of win that our tech advisors should be looking for right
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
So, yeah, thank you, Heather. I really appreciate your insight into this win. What a phenomenal, phenomenal win to talk about today. So impactful. So, I would say, tech advisors, if you're listening to this, you made it this far, start really simple. Please just solve a problem, right? Prove the value really quickly and then expand from there. And you can absolutely do that with Atlas. And that's how you really turn kind of AI from a conversation into actual revenue. Quite literally, what we talked about in this use case, real revenue, especially in the SMB space. There is an opportunity for AI to take place in the SMB space. So if you're looking for an easy way to introduce AI into the accounts without overcomplicating the sale, this is the motion with Atlas, with Heather. As always, engage all of us very early. We're happy to help you position it, scope everything out, and get it across the finish line really, really quickly. So, with that said, stay tuned for the next episode of Inside the Win, where we break down more real world deals and how to replicate them. We will see you next time.